Welcome to the Nerds Against Normality podcast. I'm small, I work a lot with wool, and occasionally I lay an egg. It's your resident Yoshi of the group. It's me, Stacey Bowles. He listens to heavy metal, he's got anger issues, and he has problems with women. It's our Bowser of the group, it's Harry Bowles.
How do?
And he makes people grow bigger when they lick him, our very own fungus. It's Ben Sheridan, who sadly can't be with us this week. So we're joined by a very special guest. He's half Italian, he loves wearing dungarees, but occasionally he blocks the plumbing. It's Daniel Moore.
Hello.
Just before we get to know Dan a little bit better, I want to let you all know that this episode we'll be reviewing the Super Mario Bros. Movie. We will timestamp in the description when the review starts, and we'll be hoping we make it to the end of the episode before Nintendo send us a legal bill. As always, if you haven't already, you can catch us on all of the social medias, like your Facebooks, your Instas, and something called TikTok. Make sure you follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts so you'll be up to date with all of our new releases. So, just before we welcome Dan, Ben has sent us a voice note as to why he can't be here today. I'll play it for you now.
Harry, Stacey, I'm afraid I can't come to the podcast tonight. I'm really ill. What? Yeah, Gram. Yeah, just a Gram's fine, mate. Gram's fine. Yeah, so sorry, guys. I've got a real bad flu. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Glass repair, auto glass replace.
Anyway, I'll see you guys soon once I've recovered. And I'm on the calm down. Recovery. Oh, yeah. Anyway, where's that Gram?
Wow.
I don't think he's really ill.
Well, I hope you get better soon, Ben. Anyway, Dan, hello, welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
Start by telling us what's the nerdiest thing you're into.
Right, so this was the hardest question, if I'm going to be honest.
Because there's a few.
Yeah, point me at anything in particular and you'll see nerd. So I think it would have to be my board game collection. Like it's the obvious answer. I have too many board games. My old love was video games. I just kind of fell in love with board games, and now I probably spend more of my time playing board games than I do video games, which is difficult to manage when, you're an adult with children and things like that.
Well, we didn't ask you for your top 5 board games, but I'm going to put you on the spot and say, what's your favourite board game?
It's probably Terra Mystica is my go-to favourite game. It's a great game. I'm not going to bore you with too many of the details, but it's a bit like Risk in the way that you kind of want to take over as much of the map in a way as possible, but it's not as fucking boring as Risk. It's not just, I rolled a 1. Oh, I rolled a 1. Fuck this game. I need to do something else with my life.
Okay, so we've come up with the 3 usual categories of your top 5 favourite things. Tell us your top 5 TV shows.
Okay, so
in any order.
In any order. I've got top 5. I've got them in order. Five to 1.
Why would you go out of order?
5 to 1.
Really irritating.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2, 4, 3.
Actually, no, I request it. What's number 3, please?
Oh, Christ. Okay. That's the curveball. So, do you want number 3? Or do you want... Okay, number 3. Number 3 is SMTV Live.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Yes, good choice.
So, yeah, SMTV Live, that was my childhood. When I think back on the stuff that kind of made me who I am, SMTV is it? Because Ant and Dec were daft pricks all the time.
Yeah.
And I just adored it as a kid.
Yeah, and usually you only speak in rhyme.
Yeah. Otherwise, I get pissed. Aggressively pissed. Like northerner pissed.
Yeah.
All northerners are angry.
No, because they're more northern than I don't know if that makes them the north. They're more northern.
They're north
than
of
us.
London. So.
Yeah.
Did you ever used to watch it?
I was alive and kicking, boy.
Boo.
For all of our international listeners, they did a segment called Wonky Donkey. So they would have a little Wonky Donkey toy, but then they would replace it each week. So you'd have
Smitten Kitten.
Yeah, and then the listeners would have to call in and guess what it was. But usually they would say it's a kitten with boots on. And they're like,
pretty kitty. Oh, it's a pretty kitty.
it doesn't rhyme, man. That's my best Newcastle accent.
That's very good. That's very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, good choice.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think anyone could have predicted Ant and Dec to be like huge
No.
stars off
Exclusively
the back
in the UK.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows who Ant and Dec are.
No.
They had that hit film.
Yeah,
Alien Autopsy.
Yeah. I have bought it, watched it several times because I hate myself, but I love them.
Okay. What's your next choice?
So that was number
5.
3. So classically, we go to number 5 after this.
Yes.
Yeah. So number 5 is kind of keeping in the theme of old stuff because I'll come back to this. But keeping in the theme of old stuff is Jonathan Creek and the new version of Jonathan Creek that is Ludwig.
Oh, okay.
So I see them as basically the same TV show, kind of funny-ish guy solving mysteries. He shouldn't be really solving mysteries, but you come to love him because he's so bloody quirky.
I challenge you on that though, because Jonathan Creek, as we all know, is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Ludwig's fine.
So far, the most terrifying Jonathan Creek is what, series 3? With the stairs and
the stairs and the hand.
the stairs.
Oh. I tried to make you watch it once you fell
Have you not
asleep.
watched? Whoa! I am appalled.
I mean, I'm very old. I fall asleep quite easily. I'd had my meds, probably a whiskey. But no, I would watch it. I like Jonathan Davis.
No, try again.
Is it not him? Who is it?
That's his character name and his real name, all mushed together in one.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Oh God, what is it? Alan Davis.
Alan
Davis.
And now Jonathan Creek. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I mean, I would watch it. I really, really enjoyed Ludwig.
Yeah, it's very much the same vibes. Caroline Quentin, is that? Yeah. She drops out series 3. I think there's like one more good series after she leaves.
It wasn't as good though.
Yeah.
She was great.
That relationship was great, and it was
Yeah.
just a shame. So she wasn't in that series because she was pregnant, and they wanted to go on with the filming regardless. And so they just, that's what you get for being pregnant.
So what's your next choice?
Right, before we go on to this, I've got beef with this podcast.
Oh.
I've never had beef with a podcast, right? But it's related to what we just talked about here. 100 fucking years old? I'm not 100 fucking years old, right? you dickheads.
What is this?
Your voice note.
My voice note.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the old one. The only people who use voice notes in the real world is old people. This is why I don't know how to use a voice note. It's because, right, so Harry voice noted me when we were trying to get together to watch some NFL. And I was texting him like a normal millennial. And Harry responded back with a fucking voice note whilst I was in an airport. I was like, how am I supposed to respond to this? So, yeah, I don't get voice notes because my thumbs work. So...
Yeah, but it takes so long. You can cover so much more ground in a voice note. Am I sounding old? Old?
I think the fact that Dan's called it an old person thing shows that Dan is in fact 100 years old.
Fuck you! Yeah, so that's my beef. Just wanted to raise that.
Right.
I had mentioned
To be fair, though, have you been called out on any other podcasts?
No. Actually, once.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to manufacture beef between 2 other podcasts before. it bounced, slide straight off of them.
You tried to manufacture beef between 2 podcasts. You were like, right, you grab the cow.
That's a gag.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's my sort of entertainment, and that's why we're friends.
At least someone finds me funny. Thank you, Dan.
Okay, on that bombshell, number 4? Should we go to 4?
Yes, go 4.
4.
Hang on,
okay.
no. 2.
That's too logical. Okay. 2. 2 is Taskmaster.
It's a second appearance.
Yeah, I know Vic talked about Taskmaster. I don't think I can give anything more than she's already given. It is an absolute rabbit hole of stuff. Like, I would say a good 20 to 30% of my YouTube feed is various Taskmaster facts and clips.
And you get the outtakes, don't you, and the extended versions.
Yeah.
Have you gone down the route of Taskmaster USA, Taskmaster Australia, Taskmaster Sweden?
Okay, so nobody wants to do Taskmaster USA. It's
bombed,
it's
isn't it?
awkward. It's awful.
But New Zealand's meant to be good.
Yeah, New Zealand's really good. That's on Channel 4 and very watchable. Sweden is off the fucking walls. It's a completely different layout. Can't remember what they call it, but they don't call it Taskmaster, but it's clearly Taskmaster. And they do they do various random things. They have rotating team members. They have the prize task in the middle, and then they add to it during the show. It's bonkers.
But yeah, excellent show.
It is
Thoroughly
an excellent
recommend it.
show.
And there's a shit ton of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I always look forward to it. Like that's what
It's
I look
upcoming
forward to.
next week, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where we are in the month.
Or the week
Something
after.
like that. I think it's the start of 8. No, where are we? Who am I?
Let's not answer that question because who knows?
4?
4.
4. Right. 4 is, and I am denied about number 4, but I've gone with Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
I've never seen it.
No.
Okay. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is a comedy musical which follows Rachel Bloom as the crazy ex-girlfriend who moves from New York to California because basically she has a mental breakdown. And part of the mental breakdown results in her ending up here because that's the only place where the only person that she ever felt love from now lives in this small bit off of Hollywood, California, but it's not Hollywood. It's awkwardly located within California. Why else would she go there except to chase this ex-boyfriend? But it's so...
See, this is called Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, yeah?
Yeah.
In Legally Blonde, that's what the hero does. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, she's a completely
Just saying.
insane, irrational
Nope,
ex-girlfriend.
she crazy bitch. Anyway, sorry, that's separate beef. That's separate beef.
Stop
We're
bringing
just-
your cows and your...
beef left, right, and centre.
So it's done.
It's done. It's completely done.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's 4 seasons. 4 seasons. It's just such a clever, funny, watchable, rewatchable show.
And your last one? Is it the last one? I've
Yes,
lost
this is
track
number
because
one.
of this stupid numbering system.
Yeah. So number 1, and this is the one that just went straight to number 1. I believe I've told you to watch it 20, 30, 40 times. If
Fringe?
you haven't watched it, Fringe. Fringe.
Yeah.
Fringe. Fringe?
We'll watch it. yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it. Fringe is...
Have you just put it in your list to talk about it to make us watch it?
Yes!
No other reason. Now it's documented.
Yes. Fringe is, for my money, the best version of that kind of mystery, what's going on. First off, looks like there's nothing really going on, and then all of a sudden there's this mystery that unravels before you. The questions start to pile up, but some of them get resolved, but you're getting more questions as it goes on, because to date, it's the one that resolves the best in my books.
Oh, okay.
It's also sci-fi. You know, it's made by the same guys as Lost to give you kind of a
That is
branching
not
point.
the selling point I needed to hear.
But Lost was a great idea that got spun out too far.
Yeah.
Whereas Fringe, I don't think that ever happened. Every element of Fringe was necessary.
Did it end or was it cancelled?
It ended.
So it ended.
It ended. Yeah.
Okay.
Fringe, I think it's on Disney Plus. Potentially. I think I saw it on Disney.
Well, I refuse to pay those bloodsuckers money, so I'll never watch it.
Right, okay. Well, I have all of the DVDs, so go fuck yourself. I can provide you.
I don't like physical media. So yeah, I guess we better ask you what your top 5 games are. Let's do it in traditional order.
Okay. I really struggle with number 5, and it's going to go hand in hand with the fact that I'm 100, is Neopets.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
Isn't this like an old desktop game?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
never had it.
Online? No, it wasn't. It was just an online website
Oh,
which you logged into. There was a bunch of mini games. You could earn coins, which you could spend on worthless tat. You go to a big... It was just an omelette in the middle of the map, which you could wander to. You could get a piece of omelette. You could feed your... Not Pokemon. Definitely not Pokemon. And I spend hours and hours and hours on that game, and I've met lifelong friends through that game as well.
Have you?
Yeah. I've got a friend in Canada that I speak to on a semi-regular basis.
Oh Oh my god, I
Yeah.
didn't know you could make friends on it. It was kind of like a cross between Pokemon and Tamagotchis.
Yeah, but lots more mini games.
Well, I've got news for you, Dan. It still exists today.
Yeah, I know, right?
And they've got merch.
Yeah, so they've actually released a DS game of it, and I was this close to buying it because it came with various bits of merch on it as well. But and then I just tried logging into my old account. I can't get into my old account, so I was like, well, screw this for a packet of biscuits, and walked away from it. But yeah, it is.
What a throwback.
Yeah, I know, right? Number 4 is the most modern game.
Is it hopscotch?
No, it's the game where you get a stick and a big loop. Slay the Spire is number 4.
I haven't played it.
You haven't played
Is it roguelike?
It's a roguelike deck builder.
Yeah.
So it is basically playing a board game in a video game form, but it's a board game that now exists. But I love Civ.
Civilization.
Civilization,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
It's a Civilization series.
Not the thing you strain past with.
I was wondering, because you get various sizes of Civs.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 to 7. That's
Yeah.
right. 1 is for P.
Yeah.
1p.
1p.
Yeah, so Civ is a board game. So you could play Civ as a board game, and it does work. Like is a Civ board game, and it does work. It's basically the same game. There is a board game version of Slay the Spire, and it does a really good job of what it does, but it's not exactly the same. It uses the same mechanics, it uses the same characters, it uses the same kind of pathing and stuff like that, but it's a different game. And Slay the Spire is just such a wonderful way to while away a half an hour, 2 hours. And Slay the Spire just hit it so perfectly on the head. 3? Rock Band 4.
Yeah, I expected a rock band.
Yeah, Rock Band 4.
Yeah.
Rock Band 4, I have spent good few £100 on just buying more and more songs. Music it's my love language. Like, I just love music. It's very much what sets me off. Whoa. And Rock Band 4 is the perfect version of that game. It does a really good job of integrating all of the different instruments. I love playing it with Hannah, my wife, and friends. Like, I have birthday parties, which you've attended, where we've just played Rock Band. It's the superior game over Guitar Hero, and I will fight anybody over the Guitar Hero Rock Band debate.
I was a Guitar Hero boy, but not because I picked over Rock Band. It's just because I bought that one instead.
But the Rock Band community kind of kept it going for decades, and there's decades of DLC that you can buy on it. Rock Band is now part of Fortnite, and I don't know how that works. I don't understand Fortnite. I'm old. I'm old, fuck it, I'm old. I don't understand how you can have a video game about shooting where you can also play Guitar Hero and you can also...
Teabag people.
You could teabag people in real life.
Harry's teabagging me right now.
For number 2, Mario Bros 3. Mario Bros 3 is the perfect platformer. It's probably the better game out of the top 2, but I've played more of the number 1 game. Mario Bros 3 got me into video games as a reality, and I played it at my aunt's house in Italy. So I would go to Italy to see the family because
they had a NES.
because I needed something to do through the summer holidays when my parents were working. So they would send me off to my nonna in Italy, and I would go to the beach because I had to. Then I would have my lunch, and then I would go and run to my aunt's, which is up a fucking mountain, and just stay there for hours and play Super Mario Bros 3 with my aunt.
There's something so wholesome about playing a Mario game in Italy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I also love the image of you going, I don't want to go to the beach.
We'll play Mario.
I don't get people who want to lie on the beach.
No, you wouldn't, because you've got a lovely olive skin.
Yeah, that's just true. I just I go
It's not
anywhere near
easy for us.
sunshine.
Pale people, you know?
Yeah.
I'm literally that meme of that girl lying on the beach and you can't distinguish her from the sand underneath.
Yeah. You can only see your glasses, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's a hazard when I go to the beach.
Yeah, but yeah, it's got that memory for me, but it's also like, you've mentioned it before, Harry, Mario is the perfect weight in Mario Bros 3.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've got the right weight ever again.
Is that about 10 kilograms, would you say?
I can't tell you what the weight is, but it's about Mario's jump. The key to platformers is a good jump, and I think the jump was perfected in Super Mario Bros 3. It was
And
just-
World.
I think World was good,
Yeah.
but the cake was horseshit. There is also the member berries, and I'm not going to deny that I never had a SNES, and I know that's going to be part of it. Played it through probably 40, 50, 60 times with and without using the warp whistle to escalate
to cheese
World
it.
7.
But Mario Bros. 3 is an insane game and thoroughly deserving to be in anyone's top 5, I think.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for the
Validation.
For the validation of that. Number 1 is StarCraft. Yeah, I know, right? It's not a Nintendo game. It's StarCraft. It's Blizzard's StarCraft.
Are you winding me up?
I can't
Is this a
believe-
prank?
I
No.
can't
Am I
believe...
being pranked? Is Hannah going to walk through this door and like blast me?
And
with
you're
cannon?
on TV! No.
I can't believe you chose Neopets over Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time is a good game.
It
that I
didn't
can
even get an honourable mention.
I can never replay because the N64. I can't play those graphics anymore because it hurts my eyes. I've only got 5 slots.
All I'm saying is Zelda made an appearance in your wedding, so what,
did?
What we're really saying here is you that didn't mean as much to
The
you.
ring bearers were 2 Neopets, though.
StarCraft is a strategy game a la Warcraft, and I have replayed that game dozens of times, and it's a big game.
Let's go on to your film choices.
Honourable mentions.
Munchkins.
That's a different podcast.
Honourable mentions.
Pitch Perfect, 28 Days Later, and then any comedy from that collection, which are like Borat, Anchorman, Dodgeball, the instantly quotable for millennials.
You can't put a genre as your honourable mention.
Oh, yeah.
And all comedies.
You wait for film number 4. Number 5, Battle Royale from the past.
Hunger Games before Hunger Games.
Yes, the superior version of Hunger Games. In Japan, there is a somewhat of an uprising against a relatively oppressive regime, and to quench this, what they do is they randomly pick a group of children from a random class, somewhere in Japan. They're not picked, there's no reason for them, but they are put on an island and then they fight it out to the death.
Oh my God,
there's
I've
only
been
one
packing
life.
my kids' packed lunchbox with a gun or something. just in case. Not to shoot up the school. Not to shoot. I'd let them know that. Don't shoot up the school unless you have to.
Yeah, it's reasons like that why gun control is a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
In some
Well, don't send
countries.
them off to the bloody Hunger Games island then.
It's such a funny film.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's so funny because
People get
it's
shot by
ridiculous.
15 machine gun bullets and still just walk it off.
Yeah.
But if they get twatted with a saucepan, out.
Yeah. God bless Japan, is what I can
Right,
say.
yeah. So number 4.
Number 4. You wanted categories, yes? Any
Marvel.
Jason Statham film.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jason Statham.
Because they're all the same. They're
They
all
are.
the fucking same, and they're just so, again, Moorish.
It's trash, isn't it?
I just sit down, it's a lovely watch, whether it's like the Transponster or the Mechanic. It could be
Crank.
any film. Crank, the Transporter films. My dad's super into cars and all that sort of stuff. So the Transporter films, we would watch the Transporters, and any Jason Statham film, just like, I'm
just such a bloke. I'm just such a hard bloke.
and it's just so daft as well. There's Transport. Is it Transporter 2 where he?
I can't believe I've got a transport again. I've already done this once.
Oh yeah,
Where's
back
my
in
beef?
habit. A similar thing could be for. You just did Gone in 60 Seconds. Who's the guy in that?
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. Exactly the same sort of premise. You go into a Nick Cage film knowing what you're getting out of it. Love Nick Cage as an actor because he just doesn't fucking care. I think Jason Statham's exactly the same. He's just like, yeah, I'm just good with me.
Where did you learn to act? What?
What are you talking about? What does that mean?
You learn to act?
So yeah, any Jason Statham film, because in my head they're all the same. Just good fun.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, slight detour. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay, yeah, a little bit different from this. So, although, if Jason Statham was in 2001, what a great film.
Yeah. He's Hal.
I've never seen it.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I don't know how you get on with it, to be honest, but it's got a lot of long, arty, quiet, nothing really happens kind of shots. But
that's not normally my thing. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's not normally my thing, but it's so entrancing a film. Like, you're just absolutely absorbed into it. And then, like, the last third, shit happens. I've watched it a few times. I still don't know what the fuck's going on in that last third.
Is it Kubrick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That film actually caused me to have a bit of an existential crisis.
All right, in the last third.
Yeah, because it opens with the monkeys and the monolith.
Yeah.
And then the monolith...
Longest period of time shot in film.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because it's gone from prehistory to...
because they kept the
2001.
cameras running for 2,000 years.
Yeah, they went back to the past.
You can imagine
Just
Kubrick being like, no, do it again.
And then you see the monolith again at the end, and it's like this. It's basically like a kind of beautiful film about life in the science fiction universe. Is how I describe it. Yeah.
But how many films have actually make you think that way and makes you really...
Transporter 1, 2 and 3.
Dive straight, cars.
Go to the monolith.
Okay, number 2.
Okay, so I could make a top 5 Disney films, but I decided to keep it to 2. They're in my top 2. Top 2 are both Disney. Number 2 is Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Basil the Great Mouse Detective is commonly referred to as either the Bronze Era or the Dark Ages era of Disney. It's Sherlock Holmes, but as a mouse. And it's just so wonderful a story. It's so well told as a Sherlock story. And it sits as one of the best stories, if not the best story in Disney. Good Disney films are generally, in my mind, revolve around good music and good baddies. And Basil the Great Mouse Detective does such a good job of both of those. The baddie is Vincent Price. The Vincent Price is Rattigan. And he is so wonderfully... You
can see why they're part of it.
You can see why they're following him. But also, he is one of the only Disney baddies who is a baddie because being a baddie's fun. It's really well shot. It's the first example of CGI in Disney history. So that was in the Clock Tower. That was all using CGI. And also, it has a stripper mouse. Yeah, it's so good a film. And I do think anybody who likes Disney in any way should be watching it.
Okay, on to number 1.
Number 1 is a Goofy movie.
Oh, what a classic.
Goofy movie. A Goofy movie is a story of Goofy and Max. And Max is coming to that age where he is looking for his own space in the world. And he's coming to his summer holidays and he's just looking forward to his summer holidays. Then Goofy is told by Max's principal he is going to end up in the electric chair if he carries on the way he is. So Goofy freaks the fuck out and says...
Understandably.
Yeah. And says, I know what I'm going to do. We've not bonded right. I'm going to do with you what my dad did with me. We're going to go on a fishing trip. And Max is like, I don't want to do that. I want to hang out with my friends. There's this big party. I need to go to this party. During the trip, they do bond. It's a lovely bonding bit. But then Max has to make the decision, which way do we go? Do we go to the fishing area? Do we go to this big concert that everybody's going to be watching? And the tussle in that small section of film is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's better than it has any right to be because it was made by a straight to VHS Disney group. Like, they were designed to make VHS films, like
Lion King 3.
Yeah. That was that team. And their first film was a Goofy movie, and they just absolutely smashed it out of the park. And it wasn't a commercial success at the time.
It's a bit of a cult classic.
But it is a huge cult classic, especially for folk like me who watched it as a kid. It has I say 4 different layers. First layer is, oh, it's a fun story about Goofy and his son. Second layer is, oh, I just want to have my space. Why do parents have to control that? And then you get older, and layer 3 is, no, it's just a dad who's trying to connect with his son and is doing it in the only way that he understands, because he's never fully connected with his son beforehand and is now realising he's got to make up for lost time. And then layer 4, if you're a real Disney weeb, which is my own interpretation of the film, is it's a wonderful comparison between classic Disney films and the Renaissance type Disney films, and them trying to exist in the same space, but ultimately one of them has to bow down to the other one.
Well, thank you for talking us through all those different categories. I'm trying to think of a segue here.
Let's go on a warp pipe to the Mario review.
Sure.
You do it.
Let's go on a warp pipe.
I'll go through a warp pipe.
We're going through a warp pipe.
You're not going to take any of this out, are you?
Let's get on with the film review.
On with the review.
On with the review.
We're warping onto the colourful and chaotic world of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Released in 2023, this animated adventure brought everyone's favourite plumbers, Mario and Luigi, to the big screen in a whole new way, with a star-studded voice cast featuring Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Jack Black as Bowser, and Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. The film had a budget of... Have a guess, Stacey.
I think Dan should go first.
No, I'm hosting it. Dan is a guest.
Okay.
And you're just my wife.
I think it's going to have a big budget CGI, so I'm going to go for 120 mil.
120 mil. This is US dollars. Okay, Dan. Any advancement?
121 mil.
Your whole friendship group are a bunch of pricks. Like, this sort of behaviour. This behaviour is not acceptable.
Okay.
It's not acceptable.
Genuine guess. Let's go with 180.
Going 180.
Yeah.
Okay, so this actually shocked me. It's less. It's 100.
Really?
100.
Wow. Okay.
Which, considering the cast,
This is cast.
they've
Yeah.
got, and you know, I know CGI is cheaper, but I still thought it would be expensive. How much do you think this got on return? Now, I'm definitely asking you first because I imagine Dan knows this.
I do not know this.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to ask Dan first now?
All right then.
No, because she's going to prick me over.
Well, it doesn't matter. You might prick each other over.
Okay, so hang on, what do we say? 100 was the figure.
Yeah, that's what it cost to make. How much do you think it took at the box office? Worldwide.
275.
You think it took 275 mil?
Yeah.
I think it took a lot, but I'm going to go in slightly lower. I'm going to go 230.
You realise how big the Mario franchise is, right?
I'm going to go for
But
600.
people don't buy cinema tickets anymore.
So just to give you a heads up on like how things do.
I don't know.
Jurassic World took $1 billion.
All right, okay.
Oh,
You do this all the time.
yeah, but I usually one up him.
More than $1 billion.
Correct. It is more than $1 billion.
Okay. I'm going to go.
It's broken down. You're so far away. It's unreal.
I'm going to go 1 billion.
Again.
I'm going to go 1 billion and
It's
one.
just a shallow victory, Dan. It's not about who won, it's who lost more.
But I won. I still lost less.
I'm going to go 1 billion and one.
Okay, £1 billion and £1.
Dollars.
So it took a colossal 1.36 billion.
Oh, that's a big number. That's what the one I meant to say.
See, Dan,
We were
you
real
was
close.
just shy $1 billion.
Stacey was more.
I don't think we've had a bigger failure than this in the pod history.
I don't know numbers.
Yeah, so it was a massive hit. It's absurd the amount of money it took.
Yeah.
And
I knew it did well.
As time of recording, because the Minecraft movie is about,
Yeah.
it is the highest grossing film of a video game franchise. Anyway, so at time of recording, it's sitting on a solid 7 out of 10 on IMDb, which is not to be sniffed
That's
at.
fair,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. This will not be spoiler free, I'm afraid to say.
Oh, it's 2 years old.
It's 2 years old.
Who the fuck let 2 years go by?
Yeah, I know. It's absurd. And it's on Netflix. And it's 90 minutes long.
You just hate spoilers.
I do. Just watch the film. What are you doing listening to reviews and not knowing what goes on? And as the Mario Bros say, let's go.
Wahoo.
Right. So, opens up to them starting their own plumbing adventure. Mm-hmm. They're going to be two little plumbers from Brooklyn, but they're pretty much a laughing joke, aren't they? A laughing stock of the city. Nobody takes them seriously, and they get their first job. And then it all kind of goes downhill from there. So, how did you rate the interpretation of Mario and Luigi? Dan?
I think that whole opening sequence of all of the Mario talk and then them reflecting on it and saying, Did I go too far there? Was I being a bit too daft in that commercial? I thought it was really a really good take on let's recognise that exists, but we're not gonna do
It wouldn't work if the whole if the whole film was him being like, oh no, the Bowser. It just would great.
Yeah.
And they got a household name with Chris Pratt.
Plumbing joke, great. See how many of those you get.
Yeah, and it was good fun, the opening act. You had like the 2D, like the new Super Mario Bros. Sort of level as they were running to the job.
Yeah, really loved that.
The camera pans, and it turns into a 2D adventure.
Yeah,
that was good.
The way they kind of grabbed the pole at the end, and that was next to a shop that looked a bit like the Mario Castle at the end. It was like the Castle Burger or something like that. I thought that was a really, really nice touch.
Yeah, no, I like the nice touches and the nice references they did, and I thought they kept the humour light of recognising what they're trying to achieve, so that's kind of fine. We've recently reviewed the 90s Mario film, and the contrast in how they're portraying Mario and Luigi is just so different. Like Luigi in the other film, he's a stud. In this film, he's a wet wipe.
Yeah, that's who he is. It's Piss Pants.
Yeah.
Piss Pants.
That's what they call him, Luigi Piss Pants.
Yeah. I do recognise the fact that they can't do the Italian accent throughout, but I think at the start I was willing to kind of look past it because they kind of reference it and they move on, but by the end, it really grates on me.
Well, Chris Pratt.
No, that they've got this whole huge Italian-American family and they're all like, hey, yo, guys!
I'm walking here!
Except for Mario and Luigi.
But I can see why they chose them to. And
Yeah, I can see it.
I still don't like Chris Pratt as a Mario. I think he's fine, but I don't think he's right because he didn't quite fit the bill for me.
Who would you have?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, yeah.
Bowser, you son of a bitch, taking the princess to another castle. With Jack Black, you can tell he's a gamer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he puts, talking about Bowser now, he puts love into that character.
Yeah.
Jack Black gets a lot of flack recently for going into every single video game franchise.
Yeah.
But I feel he suits Bowser really well
He does.
because he
Agreed.
brings good energy to it. I feel Charlie Day does a really good job. I feel Seth Rogen does a really good job. And I feel, what's her name? Queen's Gambit.
Taylor-Joy. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, I think she does a good job of Peach.
Yeah.
The first time I watched this, I didn't notice it as much because I was a bit like a kid. I was like, it's from the thing. It's from the thing.
I remember.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, I've waited so many years for a good Mario movie and I finally got it. And now, like, I've watched it when it came out 2 years ago and I've watched it now and sitting there, I was like, wow, it's really just in your fucking face, isn't it? They are just chucking references.
Yeah, I think they've over splurged the references as well. But I do think, where do you go from here? A little bit.
Because they used up all of their resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do really like their plumbing backstory though, and that house that they go and fix, like the plumbing was so badly put together.
Yeah.
Like that dog headbutts it, the whole room falls apart.
If you was to take a bit of the film, I thought that was just a bit daft. That
I
bit
liked
overall.
it.
I could have lived without that bit.
But it's nice. I feel the film shines brightest when they're together, Mario and Luigi.
That's a fair point. I really like their interplay. We've also overlooked the opening sequence with Bowser and
Going to the Ice Kingdom.
because that's my favourite voice actor. Kamek is perfect. Who hides the one star? Why is there only one star in this Mario universe? But who hides the one star in ice?
Yeah.
Against the guy who is fire.
So, have they never played a Pokemon game?
No.
The Donkey Kong Island.
Yeah.
They should have had
Yeah,
that.
who the fuck isn't giving it to them?
Yeah.
Is it like the Rings of Power sort of deal? Like
1 star for the Ice Kingdom.
Yeah.
1 star for the Peach.
Yeah, it's ludicrous. So, plot hole.
I shouldn't think about it too much. Bowser needed a star, and they managed to get it to him within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'd say one of the biggest criticisms I have of this film is, man, it does not sit still. So it just jumps from Bowser to I'm doing a plumbing job to I'm in the Mushroom Kingdom to I'm meeting Princess Peach. Like, they're like, I need to go to the castle to meet Princess Peach. And they just do it.
Yeah, they move on quite rapidly, don't they?
It goes at a pace, innit? And I don't know whether the film could have benefited from being like 15 minutes longer or just tightening up a little bit. I don't know. But I thought Toad, was it Key that plays Toad?
Yeah.
It was good.
He was
yeah,
good
crack.
Yeah, Toad was good.
Peach, awesome.
Yeah.
Peach was good, but and I know this is going to be a weird thing to say. I really took issue with her sideburns.
Oh. Well, out of all of the things in this film, Peach's sideburns was not the thing I had you pegged down for.
So she has 2 bits of hair that swoop down like sideburns, which they've emulated from her character's design, but the animation style just doesn't suit it for me, and it's not flicky enough, so it just looks like sideburns.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't it refreshing, though, that... Because normally it's damsel in distress and Mario.
Yeah, that's one of my notes.
It's the other way round.
Yeah.
He's a moron in that world, isn't he?
Yeah.
Watching him do the platforming level was like playing a game of you.
No, I love that about this film. I love that he goes to save Luigi and not Peach. I love that she sets up the level and she's like, yeah, do this if you think you're hard enough.
But I'm going to take you anyway,
But
even though you failed, because you're the main character.
I'm going to take you as in I'm going to take you, or I'm going to take you to Luigi. What are you?
I'm going to take you.
Yeah, I thought you were like,
Very different
I'm
film.
going to take you downtown.
What film did you watch?
Anyway,
Also, my favourite reference, the opening music, Raging Boner.
Yeah, he did a good job recreating classic tunes.
Yeah, that music. Music is what gets me through a lot of films and video games.
That's such a deep cut, though, right? Because kids won't have a fucking clue what that music is.
skipping ahead a little bit, but talking about music, the bit where Bowser is sitting in his lair and he's playing the piano and he does the did.
Yeah.
Love that. And
yeah.
it didn't feel unnatural either.
I like it when he gets the little one, he's like, sit with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
That was very good. And how can we not mention his iconic song as well?
Pooches. That's great. Yeah. I listened to that far too many times. Yeah.
I just find it amazing that he's created a song out of very few words. And
Yeah, it was like top 20, right?
Yeah.
It actually ranked in
did it?
the charts.
Whoa, Jesus Christ, people. What do you think the fucking trivia's about? Read the room.
Fuck you, Harry. Fuck you. You're the old one here.
Says you 250 million profit. I think it did moderately well.
Moderately.
Shut up.
Anyway, we're going back to the intro to Peach and stuff, and poor Luigi's having a really bad time because at the same time
It's been haunted.
he's being kidnapped. And
Referencing what game?
Oh.
Luigi's Mansion.
Correct. Well done.
That's the only other Luigi game I'm aware of. He gets kidnapped by masked men, and then he gets
Battered with clubs, sprayed with mace, raped, and then left.
And then he gets tortured and put in a cage with some really haunting people around him. I'm just wondering, how much do you think his therapy bill was? Was it more or less around the 200 million mark?
yeah, then they team up and they fuck off to, I don't know if it's called Kong Island, but Skull Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the way there's a lovely little scene with Mario and Peach, and I don't think anyone could underestimate how talented a flute player Toad is. Do you remember that?
The bit you're talking about is where she touches the fire flower
Yes.
and sets fire to the camp.
Yes.
And then in the background, he's playing the flute.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember it.
I did not realise that, but the flute is a nice little touch because the flute is obviously Super Mario Bros. 3.
Usually when we watch a film, people that play flutes really get Harry's goat, like Patrick
Why?
Stewart in Star Trek. Don't like
Yeah,
that.
that's stupid.
Michael Fassbender
Yeah,
in
that's
Alien. You
stupid.
don't like it. But
Because he holds the flute and he's like, be the fingers, finger me. Like, Toad isn't doing that.
No,
Well, not that we can
that's
see on screen anyway. He might be later like, Mario, just stick a little finger in there. I don't know why he's gone a bit cockney.
he's got a bit Jason Statham.
Yeah. Mario. So they fuck off to Donkey Kong Land, where you get your first little taste of Mario Kart. So obviously, I don't know who he is. The crude dude with Chewed. He
Who the fuck is the blonde Donkey
don't
Kong?
know, that's who I was referring to.
So you don't. So he's not a thing?
He's not a thing.
No,
No, he's just a guy.
not that I'm aware of.
Okay, cool.
But-
Obviously, he goes to Cranky, and Cranky's he's top boy. I quite liked his character. He's a bit of a
Yeah, it
prick.
was pretty cool. But it was cranky.
Yeah, he was just a bit of a
Cranky.
prick. He was like, yeah, of course you could borrow my army. Like, that was easy. He was like, obviously not. You fucking idiot. And obviously, he's like, right, trial by combat. If I beat your son, I will. We'll take your army. And obviously, him being a bit of a big head, being like, you're never going to beat my boy. Let's do it. And then you get like the power up. Saying, I thought that was quite cool. The blue mushroom.
I really liked the blue mushroom gag. That was a fun
Yeah,
gag.
that was good. And then, like the zoom in when he flicked him.
Yeah.
And like it proper smashes him into the wall. That's good.
So, okay, he is dead now.
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie.
Mario would have been dead so many times before.
I'm in two minds about this part of the film because on one hand, I loved Seth Rogen playing Donkey Kong. Great mix. Fantastic.
Yeah.
On the other hand, this for me is the point of the film where I started to go cross-eyed because I started to forget what they were doing and why. And it was like, oh, you're in Donkey Kong Land. Why? Wait.
Yeah, great.
What?
Yeah.
They probably could have saved Donkey Kong for a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
completely agree.
Anyway, he wins the fight by dressing up in cat cosplay and scratches him to death.
Good fun bit.
It was good.
I
Good
enjoyed
action.
the cat cosplay.
Yeah, it was good. And
Yeah.
they really show how much faster he is than Donkey Kong. Like, at no point is he catching up with Donkey Kong normally, but when he puts the cat suit on,
Oh, I see.
he absolutely dances around.
Right, I see your point. Also, very much enjoyed the various characters in the crowd.
Diddy Kong, Dixie.
Dixie's in there because Donkey Kong has too many characters.
Yeah, and then they decide, we've got the army, we're going to fight Bowser, we need to go back to Peachland, going back to the Mushroom Kingdom. But we know a shortcut via Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road, it's where you go to die.
And yeah, you do, because they're like, I know a secret shortcut where Bowser already is.
Yeah.
Not good. That was not good knowledge. I enjoyed it. It was a bit like Mad Max. The actual carnage. There was a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
It was a fucking massacre. I also really appreciate, and I cannot believe I was so angry with myself, when the Crusher gets blown up that's chasing Mario, it's just after Mario.
Yeah.
And he's like, you won't escape me, blue shell. I couldn't believe I didn't notice he was a blue shell before that.
Yeah. No, I didn't realise either. I was like, oh, that's actually a really good little seed there.
Yeah, and I think that was really good. That was fan service done right.
Yeah.
And obviously Rainbow Road has seen better days after that, hasn't it? Because it gets fucked right up.
Yeah. That's why it's not in the new Mario Kart, clearly.
I wasn't a big fan of the Mario Kart scene.
Because it felt tacked on.
It felt tacked on. Yeah, again, it was another thing that they splurged away that they didn't need to splurge away in that instance.
Could have been a bigger thing, right?
Yeah. I think how they did it was fun. I enjoyed it, but bit of a waste of that IP.
Absolutely.
Nintendo.
It felt really smushed in as well. So some of they crammed in the blue shell and stuff like that. But I feel like had they slowed it down and spent longer on it, it would have been more valuable. But again, at this point in the film, so I'm already thinking, what's going on? Why are we in Donkey Kong Land? And then we've gone on to Mario Kart, and my brain's gone, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's fair. The reality is, there probably will be, Too Fast, Too Furious, Mario Drift.
Yes, please.
With Jason Statham.
Yeah. Coming down the line.
Waluigi.
But I just, it didn't feel like it needed to be there.
Do you think maybe because the budget, although 100 million is obviously not to be sniffed at, but it's not groundbreaking budget, do you think they were testing the waters?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just going like, is there a world where we could actually franchise this?
Because we know what happened with the original Mario movie. Right? Nobody liked it. Nintendo absolutely looked at that and went, "Oh, okay. Well, fuck that noise. We're not going anywhere near that again." And I was hugely surprised that they even contemplated going anywhere near a film again.
Nintendo gave whoever did it in the originally Touchstone, whoever. I don't know. Right? And they just went, we don't know films. We don't know films. Make film. You make films.
Yeah.
Right? So they gave them everything. They went the other way. They didn't keep control of their IP. It come out and it bombed. Critically it bombed. Financially it bombed. It was an absolute shit show. And at that point Nintendo went, we'll never ever do that again.
Yeah.
There will never be another film, because also in the same era they gave Zelda, Mario and Samus, I think, to the Philips 3DO. And they released games.
I don't think there was a Samus game.
Was there not?
I think it was just Zelda and Mario.
Zelda, and they were shit. They were
terrible. And they're still the laughing stock of...
And so Nintendo were like, no, we control our IPs. That's it. There's a quality control it has to go through. There'll be no films unless we greenlight it. Like I said, it was a big deal that they were involved in Wreck-It Ralph, because Wreck-It Ralph had Pac-Man, it had Mario, it had Street Fighter, it had Sonic, it had such a vast array of video game characters, but they still had to have ultimate control of how they were perceived.
Was Mario Wreck-It Ralph?
Bowser
Was
it was in like the franchise.
Yeah.
And this is why I think they were testing the waters with this, because I don't know, I'd need to look it up, but I imagine Nintendo had a huge hand in the creativity of this.
Yeah.
And
No way they didn't.
I imagine Shigeru Miyamoto would have been sending his right-hand man over there all the time.
He was in the opening credits. I don't know if he was a producer.
Because he's the daddy.
Yeah,
he's Mario.
He's Mr. Mario. Yeah. And there's a raft of Japanese names in the creative staff, which, if they just handed it over, would all be English names. Because
it's everything, down to the look. Like, the Mario look, I think, is awesome. This thing really hits it out of the park, I think, with how the characters look, apart from the sideburns on Peach. Somehow that slipped through. But they all look great. The costumes look great. So when they touch the flower, they turn into their fire variant. And when they touch the ice flower, they turn into their freeze variant. It's very good in that sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the film.
Yeah, back to the film. The climactic fight, what did you reckon? I thought it was quite good crack. Again, rushed, because the whole film's a bit rushed.
Yeah.
Luigi's about to die with his suicidal best friend.
Yeah. And also, I have to ask a question on behalf of some women out there, because, I mean, some women have moustaches. I don't. So my question is,
you reckon?
So
you asked for that. You asked for that.
You set him up.
I was going to ask, how painful is it to have your moustache hair pulled?
Give it a go.
This is live.
Yeah, look.
Okay, there you go. I said, but your eyes are watering and everything.
Oh, I would have given up the information as well. I'll never talk. Okay, I will.
Needed to know. But I agree with you. The wrapping up of this film was in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really remember what happened, to be fair.
Yeah. And you could kind of foresee it, right? You were like, well, obviously at some point they're going to get the star. I tell you what I did like. I did like the Peach fight. I did like, because she was like...
Yeah. The
1v1 me.
Yeah.
And she absolutely dominates.
Yeah.
I thought that was very good. And Mario with the Tanuki.
This is the one time that I went,
because it doesn't fly like that.
No, okay, he's clearly got a pea suit on, whatever you want to call it. Tanuki is full costume. Raccoon is just tail. So I think it's Donkey Kong says, "Oh, why do you look like a raccoon?" He's not a raccoon.
Would you call me?
He's a Tanuki because he's got the full suit.
Yeah.
So he should be a Tanuki. Sorry, he should. Which way around have I gone? Tanuki is full suit. Raccoon Mario is just
butt plug.
Yeah. So
you can buy Raccoon Mario butt plugs.
Can you?
You can.
I am not surprised. I am more surprised that you've looked for them.
No, what's more worrying is if that popped up on my Facebook feed. It's like things you might like. And I was like, I do like that. And Bullet Bill was sick.
Yeah, Banzai Bill.
Oh, sorry.
No, it depends who you are. What's his name in Japanese? It's just like Fred or something.
Bloody Fred.
I can't remember what he's called.
Fred the Bullet.
It's just a name. It's great.
Your
Always
eyes
good.
still watering. Okay, I've invented a new torture technique.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a fun fight. Like the fight in
Brooklyn.
real world Brooklyn was good fun. I quite enjoyed the grabbing of the star and the. I mean, again, Luigi would have died behind that.
The shield.
The shield.
Yeah, he would have eaten shit.
Yeah. But yeah, and I really enjoyed but also it's the music, isn't it? The music that they play when the invincibility, like, it's just, oh god, shivers.
But yeah, they slap Bowser about after they get the star.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Obviously.
Good fun. Yeah.
It was how the film was going to go, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as he got the star, it was obviously going to do. Yeah, it was good.
But he gets captured in the...
Bowser?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
feed
it's
him
a
the blue
small
mushroom.
version. So I don't feel a need for a sequel in the sense that, unless you're going Wario.
I don't know if you remember the part where I told you it made 1.3 billion, right? That's
But I'm
probably
just
why they're
saying-
going to make a sequel.
Also, have you played any Mario games? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but they're all the same.
Do they? Yeah, but he never gets captured per se, does he?
No, he dies
Oh,
at the end
yeah,
of every
yeah,
Mario game. Like, he gets thrown into a pit of lava, or he falls down a massive bottomless pit in Super Mario Bros. 3. Like, all of a sudden, oh, I'm alive again.
Where's that dang princess?
Off I go.
So I'll ask you if you approve it, and then I'll do some trivia. So do you approve it?
Define Nan approval.
It's a very simple system.
Do you approve it?
Approve or disprove.
I find this really hard. It's a great film to a type of person.
If that person's 7.
Or
Or down.
27, 37. I'm 37.
100 years old.
Or 37 and they never grew up. I get that. Am I going to say to my mum, she should go and watch this film? No, she shouldn't watch this film. Should anybody who has an inkling of video game enjoyment watch this film? Yes, in a heartbeat. But they probably already have. So, probably say no. I don't think it's not one of those films, as in the upper echelon of films. I think certainly Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 were better. They're more rewatchable a film. I'm going to rewatch it because I enjoy watching Mario and I think it's a very good thing for what it does. But it's not a great film. It's just, yeah, remember? Look at all of this. I'm hoping that there will be the next one, they'll refine it better. But I think, much to your point, Stace, I do think there were just too many ideas thrown into a hat and just gone, make a film out of this. So I'm going to say no.
Okay, Stace.
So I think, to follow on from that point, I think they would have been better to cut out half the member berry things they put in and slowed it down, gave it more story, and then when you got the little snippets of the callbacks and the references, they would be more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that ruined it for me, or whether it's that Mario as a game is a fantastic game. Correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't have a huge story behind it. Whereas Sonic, and I never thought I'd say this, actually does have quite deep lore.
Mario has lore. It's just not in the games that you're thinking of.
Okay, fair.
The mainline games are not. The
And
mainline games are Peach gone, me save.
Yeah.
And I might not be aware of that because, let's face it, I've had Sonic shoved down my throat for the last
Yeah.
few years.
Eat
Because,
Sonic.
So
Love me.
That's with the other. But as a film, I can't get behind this one, so I am not going to approve it either, I'm afraid.
God. So that makes my opinion redundant. What's new? So I feel a bit conflicted myself.
Yeah.
Because I fall into that category of like, oh, member, it's cool, it's flashy. Now they're going go-karts and it's all cool. But ultimately, as a film, it's so rushed.
Yeah.
And it's so fast paced and doesn't sit for very long and make you actually care about the characters, I guess. Just it felt like scene jumper or like nostalgia of the film. And that's fine and it's serviceable and it's fine for kids. Kids would have loved it and they would have shit themselves when, you know, Mario's on screen and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was there. I was doing it. 3 times I did it.
It made the raging boner a little bit more awkward.
It did. Mushed in. Oh, it's horrible. But ultimately, no, it's not a great film, is it?
Yeah.
So I regretfully don't approve it. And I really thought I was going to. I was quite excited to watch this one.
I still enjoy watching it. I'm going to watch it again. I have a small child who seems to enjoy watching it. I'm more than happy to watch it with him. But it does make it a good film.
Okay, I've got a little bit of trivia for you. Obviously, you're going to know all of these, but Charles Martinet makes a cameo appearance.
Yeah.
He is playing... Yep, he's playing Jumpman, which was the original name for Mario. He's playing the arcade cabinet, which is Donkey Kong.
He's got the classic outfit on rather than the current version of the Mario outfit.
So that was nice. Nice for them to include him.
Is he at the end as well? Where he's like, it's a me.
Yeah. This, I didn't know, but it's Illumination's highest grossing film ever. So it outdid Minions.
Wow.
Well, yeah, at least 300 million. Okay, so I didn't know this one either, but designs for Mario and Luigi's parents and relatives were based on sketches made by Nintendo that went unused in games.
Okay, because I do have a question around this. Why is one of their relatives Mr. Motivator?
Let's have a look.
Guy on the end?
Somewhat.
The only other bit of trivia, because there wasn't that much trivia about it, to be honest with you, the song Peaches debuted at number 83 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving Jack Black his first solo hit and his first hit overall since Tenacious D's The Pick of Destiny, which peaked at 78. But considering Peaches is like a 45-second song, that's not bad going.
Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. I contributed at least 20 of those listens.
I bet he just came up with that on the spot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
And the only other bit of, not really trivia, it's just references. There are references throughout this film.
Yeah,
it's one of those films that you could pause it at most points and you could go, oh, that's a thing, or that's a thing.
Yeah.
The biggest point has to be when he first enters the Mushroom Kingdom and he's doing like a tour through the town with Toad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it, the shop names, items
Hang on.
shops.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
No, don't make me do this.
Come up with as many references as you can name. In 3,
God.
2, 1.
The NES cartridge when it first goes in, the 2D platforming. There's the hammers, the golden hammers in the shop. There's the Mario Odyssey cap shop there. Obviously, when they go to the castle, they say that the princess is in a different castle. Oi, oi. The castle from Mario 64 is that castle in the movie. What else is there? The Mario Kart 8, when he goes upside down, the wheels change and they warp to the anti-gravity wheels. That's obviously a nod. Got the green shell. Oh.
I thought you was just talking about that scene.
No.
Oh, in general.
Whole movie.
Because in that scene alone,
there's
like, I remember being in the cinema and just wanting to pause.
Yeah.
I was just overwhelmed with the references. I was like, there's 3 different pieces of music going on here. There's different characters walking around. There's shops in the background. I want to zoom in on what's being sold in that shop. I can't.
Autism overload.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. I'm so used to being able to pause. I went through 4 years of my life not being able to watch movies at a cinema.
Well, guys, I think
That's another one down the drain.
Ooh,
that's
nice.
another one down the drain. I came up with that originally with no help whatsoever. So thanks for coming, Dan. Have you enjoyed it?
Thanks for having me. No. Yes. Of course I have.
Don't
Thank
ask
you
me
for
to come
having
back.
me.
I'm never coming back.
So we've been Nerds Against Normality. Thanks for listening. Catch all of our latest episodes every Wednesday wherever you get your podcast from. Please follow, rate, like us on social media for more exclusive content. And you can see our faces in the place of different film posters because Harry's just discovered AI.
I'm not old.
If you have a question or something you want us to review, please email us at nanpodcast@outlook.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Boy.
Bye.